bitches! Yes! Yes!
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and this time we're going to look at a game called Xevious 3DG, and this was released by Namco in Japan in 1996, and in the US and Europe in 1997, and it is a sequel, or sort of a remake, of the original game Xevious, which was created by Namco in 1982. And this runs on Namco's System 11 hardware, which included the games Tekken 1 and 2, Soul Edge, and Point Blank 2. There was a total of 14 games, I think, for the Namco System 11 software. But this is a cool game. I like this. This, as the title implies, gives the original game a 3D look. Apart from that, it looks very much similar. I mean, it has a lot of the same elements of the original, but it's in 3D, and it looks very, very well done. And that sound effect of putting in a credit is lifted from the original Xevious. I never saw this one in arcades. I think this was just in limited US release, but I really like what I see. As in the original, you have these crosshairs, and you have bombs which bomb ground targets, and you have your lasers. Some of the ground targets can shoot at you, some of the airborne enemies can shoot at you. This time around you can get weapon power-ups, and there are 3 different kinds, and you will get them from certain ground targets. There is a blue little capsule that is dispersed once you destroy a particular ground enemy that will release it. And that blue will make a spread shot. The red one will make homing lasers, and the homing lasers look cool, but they're really quite weak. And then there's a green one that lets you fire a laser. Yeah, a lot of the sound effects are completely lifted from the original Xevious. That's really awesome. And yes, in case you were wondering, the Andor Genesis, I think it was called, it's in this game too. Hey, look, there it is. Something I didn't realize until way later with the original Xevious' Andor Genesis. It seems to shoot a lot at you, but you need to take out the various cannons, and then it'll shoot at you a lot less, and then you can destroy the middle. But there are boss fights, and that was not the boss. This is. And it's this giant walking mechanical creature. And whoops, I just ran right into it. Don't run into it. Destroy its middle. You can also destroy its legs, I think. But this game isn't it isn't perfect by any means, but I like that they kept a lot of the original game's feel and the sound effects, even though it's in 3D. Yeah, we'll look at the other power-ups that I didn't collect. See, that's the homing lasers, and that was the ground target that you destroy to get the weapon power-ups. Yeah, I like the look of the homing lasers. You can also have homing ground bombs. I just like the look of it, but they are quite weak compared to the other power-ups. Yeah, I'd never seen this in arcades before. I'd never heard of it until I think the PlayStation port came out. And the PlayStation port was called Xevious 3DG Plus, and it contained not just Xevious 3DG, but also Xevious and Xevious Arrangement on the same disc. You can have rapid fire by just holding down the regular fire button. You can't have the same for bombs. You can't have rapid fire bombs. Oops, I let that guy kind of back me into a corner. Don't let the enemies back into a corner. This part is kind of tough here. You'll see these giant lasers. They have a really wide radius. And it might look like you're just going to miss them, but you blow up anyway. So you really got to watch out for those. There are a total of 6 stages. Now, for those who enjoyed the original game, see, it looked like I should have gotten past that, and I died anyway. Well, I neglected to continue right here, but I will continue in a little bit. The hidden towers known as Sol Citadels that were in the original game, they're in this one too, and I uncovered one. You can uncover one by bombing where it is, but I mean they're invisible, but you can bomb where they're at, and then they'll appear, and then you can bomb them again to destroy them, and you'll get 1,000 points for uncovering it and for destroying it. At least in the original. I don't know if that's the same here. I'm not sure. As far as I know, you cannot get extra lives. We'll skip that. We'll go to the continued part. And there's just the 3 different weapons in quick succession there. And here's another boss. The bosses in this game are pretty cool, or at least some of them are. But from this point on, I just put on invincibility cheat. I just wanted to try to get through the game as quickly as I could. Yeah, there's all sorts of little sensors on this ship that you can destroy, as well as the central target to destroy the ship. I like that the game puts in new music and the old sound effects from the original game. I kind of dig this game. It's cool. Yeah, you have to destroy that center not just once, but twice. I really like the look of that homing laser and homing bombs, but it's really weak. Yeah, there are a total of 6 different areas. Not only can you uncover the Sol Citadels that were in the original game in this game, but from what I've read, also the I like this, the falling columns. Watch out for them, don't let them fall on you. But also the special 1-up flags from that originated in Rally X that were also in the original Xevious. I guess they're in this too. I've never been able to find them. Those were super hard to uncover in the original Xevious. There were a few places where they would tend to appear more often than others, but even then it didn't seem like they always wanted to be uncovered. Yeah, you might have noticed that those floating walls from the original Xevious are in this as well. I like this part with the rotating rings. You can bomb the targets that are laying on the rings. I really dig this. This is pretty cool. They were wise to keep a lot of the sound effects and just about all the enemies that were from the original Xevious. The original Xevious was a lot less linear in terms of the way that the stages were set up. In this, there's boss fights, and then you take a breather and then you go to the next stage. That was not how the original was. But yeah, when I played the original back in the day, I apologize. Some parts of this got a little glitchy or a little bit of slowdown. And you might also notice that the screen is a little letterboxed, or whatever the phrase is. That's because when I initially recorded through MAME, the screen was moved to the top and it looked really stupid. So I recorded that after I finished with Bandicam and changed the screen parameters, and this was the best I could do. So I apologize if it looks kind of stupid. There's not really much I could do about that. One big takeaway that fans of the original Xevious remember was there was Nazca lines that was like in Peru or something. That was in the original Xevious. That's in this one too. The programmers of this did a great job in putting in plenty references to the first game. And I think this is the stage that has them. You'll see the phoenix bird lines in the ground, and there will be a number of chances at the Sol Citadels uncovering them right around that phoenix. But yeah, I really like this. This is a cool game, and yeah, you'll recognize particular tower targets on the ground that will release the power-ups. And again, they'll be blue, or they'll be red, or they'll be green. And the blue ones do a spread shot. The red ones are the homing lasers or homing bombs, and the green ones are the lasers. I think the laser is the most powerful. And I uncovered a Sol Citadel. See the phoenix lines in the ground. Like I said, in the original, uncovering the Sol Citadel gave you 1,000 points, and then bombing that Sol Citadel gave you another 1,000 points. And I don't know for sure if the scoring system is the same here. Yeah, in the original, it was so much more open-ended. It wasn't set up like you end a stage and then you get a breather. Hey, I bombed that Sol Citadel. You would just keep going. You might have a boss fight or something with the Andor Genesis, but then once you destroyed it, you kept on going. It's very tiring. No end to it. And that one was released in like late 1982 in Japan, and I think generally in the US in 1983. And this one was released in 1996 in Japan, and in 1997 in US and Europe. And again, there was a PlayStation port that was called Xevious 3DG Plus, and it had Xevious 3DG, and Xevious Arrangement all in one. Yeah, I don't know where the special one-up flags are in this game, but I've read that they are in this game, as they were in the original Xevious. I really like the merging of new music along with the classic sound effects of the original Xevious. In my 20 from 1982 series, I have a video on Xevious. If you've never played that one and want to get a review of it or see some gameplay of it. I like this snow level. I don't know how many times you can power up or upgrade a certain weapon. You can do it at least twice, I believe, because I have like a 4-way shot, and I think the first version of that was like 3-way, and then the homing lasers. I think with the second upgrade would give you a homing bombs too. But the regular shot button, you can hold it down for rapid fire. You cannot hold down the bomb button for rapid fire. I've never seen this in arcades before. Definitely saw the original Xevious in arcades. And there I got another Sol Citadel bombed. I do recall the PlayStation Xevious 3DG Plus that I mentioned before. I do remember seeing that in the gaming stores. I was just starting to get into the PlayStation right around 97 or 98. I'm trying to remember the first game I got. I was just head over heels with the PlayStation when it first came out. I had some of the best games for that system. I got Tomb Raider. I ended up getting Final Fantasy VII and Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Soul Blade or Soul Edge or whatever it was called. I remember playing that at my first apartment, and I would sometimes take the system over to my friend's house and we'd play it there. I remember when I first got Tomb Raider, I was totally blown away, and I had a lot of fun with Soul Edge. I think it was called Soul Edge, not Soul Blade. Had a lot of fun with that one too. I remember when I first got Final Fantasy VII, they had a deal at the grocery or the department store where I worked. In the electronics department, you got a free t-shirt with the system if you were one of the first X amount of customers, and I was. Since I worked there the previous night, I could just go over there in the morning when they opened up, and I could be pretty much the first one to pick up the game. I'd often games where you could put in a lot of initials for your name. I would often put in dirty names. I had some particularly disgusting ones for the characters in Final Fantasy VII, and you'd see the characters interact and say each other's names, and I would just start laughing. I like the intro, the 3D or the animated intros for this, and the ending scenes. Pretty darn impressive, even though a lot of 3D type animation was being done for games on the PlayStation. The opening for Soul Edge was really awesome. And I like the anime opening for Wild Arms. That was another great RPG that I had for the PlayStation. And now I believe we're going to see the ending of Xevious 3DG. I like this. I think it's a pretty awesome game. This was suggested by YouTube user. Oh, maybe not quite the ending. I guess there were 7 stages. I was thinking there were 6. This was suggested by YouTube user initially Xeviouskies, and the game would not work. I don't remember what was wrong. There was like some files that the ROM didn't have, and I could not find. But I got it to work this time. When I record in MAME, it produces a video file that's way too big in size. So I have to either scrunch it, which often loses its video quality, or I need to record over that video with Bandicam. And then, yeah, you'll die if you run into those walls, and they like raise and lower, which is kind of cool. Like that one. And you have to make your way across quickly or you'll get crushed. But I have invincibility on, of course. But when I record the video that I already recorded with Bandicam to make it smaller, it sometimes gets a little glitchy. I got lucky for most of this video. And there's the wussy homing lasers again. There was a programmer on the original Xevious whose nickname was Eve Zoo, and I forget what his real name was. And I would imagine he probably contributed to this one, Xevious 3DG. It's starting to glitch a little bit. Sorry about that. And I'd like to have enough time to keep working on this video until it's perfect, but I've already had to deal with it enough. Sorry. It's behaved for the most part. Well, I will keep taking requests, but I'm gonna throw in some little surprises here and there. Thinking I might be doing another game show review pretty soon, and some people have suggested a certain one that I would like to get to. One that I only got to see once back in the day because it was on cable and it was on super early in the morning, and I just did not feel like getting up at that time. I didn't have cable at my house. My mom, who lived in Vancouver, Washington at the time, she had cable. Cable in the 80s was great. MTV, USA Network, Showtime, HBO, Nickelodeon. I watched a lot of Danger Mouse, and you can't do that on television, on Nickelodeon, and USA Cartoon Express, and Commander USA's Groovy Movies. I had great cable memories. Used to love the intro for the HBO movies of the HBO logo in space. I thought that was so awesome. Computer graphics were really starting to impress in the 1980s. And this will be finally the end of Xevious 3DG. It's spelled Xevious and then 3D, and then it has a \G. I'm not sure what the G stands for. Obviously 3 dimensions, but the G, I don't know what that means. But this was Xevious 3DG by Namco in 1996 in Japan, and in the US and Europe 1997. And it ran on Namco System 11 hardware, which was also used for Tekken 1 and 2, Soul Edge, and Point Blank 2. A total of like 14 different games. And I'm going to put in my initials. Some sound effects from the original Xevious. I like that game. I think that Xevious 3DG is kind of fun. Very nice nod to the original, and some vast improvements over the original. Very cool looking. Yeah, I like this intro here. Very cool. But that was Xevious 3DG by Namco in 1996 in Japan and 97 for US and Europe. Well, this is Crazy Climber 80s, and thanks for watching Xevious 3DG. Hope to see you soon for my next video. Take it easy, everybody, and I will see you later. Bye-bye, everybody.